It started with a storm. 2 nights of relentless rain had flooded the streets of Glendale. Water rushed through gutters and alleyways, dragging leaves, wrappers, and everything else that couldn't fight the current. The next morning, as the clouds finally cleared, a soft, desperate whimper echoed up from a storm drain near an elementary school. No one noticed at first. Kids ran by. Buses honked. The city woke up as usual. But a janitor named Luis heard it while sweeping the sidewalk. He crouched by the grate and peered inside. There, soaked and trembling, was a small dog. No collar, no tags, just mud-caked fur-wide eyes, and the silent plea of a creature who had given up hope. Luis tried to coax the dog out with a piece of his sandwich. No luck. The animal wouldn't budge. He called the city, but was told they couldn't respond until the next morning. That's when he called HopeForPaws. Eldad got the voicemail mid-afternoon. A dog stuck in a storm drain, Loretta repeated as she read the transcript. Could be injured, refusing food. They loaded up the van with gear, leashes, gloves, a trap, and a cheeseburger, and headed out. The moment they arrived, the situation became clear. The drain was deep, about 5 feet below street level, with a narrow tunnel extending in both directions. Water still trickled through the channel, and just 20 feet in pressed flat against the concrete wall was the dog. She looked like a ghost, small, maybe a terrier mix, with fur so dirty it was impossible to guess her original color. One leg stuck out at an odd angle. Ribs were visible. Her face was streaked with grime and fear. She has been down there a while, Eldad whispered. Named her Mira, short for miracle. Eldad slid into the drain first, lowering himself down with Loretta anchoring the rope. The air was damp and smelled of rust and mold. Mira didn't move as he approached, only flinched when the flashlight beam hit her eyes. Hey, baby girl, he said softly, kneeling low. Going to help you. Tossed a piece of cheeseburger. Mira blinked. Her nose twitched. She didn't reach for it. He's too scared to eat, Loretta called down. Eldad lay flat, inching forward on his stomach. Mira growled, barely audible. Not a threat, just fear. He reached out a hand. She flinched but didn't bite. He placed the lucky leash on the ground beside her and pulled back, and he waited. 10 minutes. 20. Slowly, painfully, Mira shifted her body. She limped forward an inch and another, until finally, she placed one paw on the leash. Eldad moved fast. Loop slipped gently around her neck. She tensed, but didn't fight. He scooped her up, cradling her body like porcelain. When he emerged from the drain, Mira didn't whimper. She just buried her face into his arm. She was safe. Back at the rescue center, Mira was treated immediately. Full vet check revealed a fractured front leg, severe dehydration, and a bacterial skin infection. She weighed only 11 pounds, at least 5 below what was healthy for her frame. Fur had to be shaved in patches to treat the sores and knots. Through it all, Mira stayed calm, quiet, watchful. She hasn't made a sound, one volunteer said after her 3rd day. Not even a bark. She will, Eldad replied. When she's ready. Every day Loretta sat with her, reading books out loud, offering treats. Slowly, Mira began to change. On day 5, she ate from a hand. On day 8, she wagged her tail. Day 11, she barked. Once, a sharp little sound that made everyone in the room freeze and laugh. She found her voice, Loretta said, smiling. Her leg was placed in a soft cast, and she began therapy to regain strength. She loved being wrapped in a blanket burrito style after every session. She would close her eyes and lean against whoever held her. She was memorizing what safety felt like. Over the next month, Mira blossomed. Fur grew back soft and golden. Her weight normalized. Her leg healed. More than that, spirit returned. She played with toys, especially a stuffed duck that squeaked. Snuck snacks when volunteers weren't looking. She claimed a cozy corner of the couch and defended it with surprising sass. Eldad filmed an update video. It showed her transformation from the silent dog in the drain to the bright-eyed beauty napping in the sun. It quickly went viral. Messages flooded in, but one in particular stood out. A woman named Janice reached out from Oregon. She and her husband had lost their dog 6 months earlier to cancer. Grief had been overwhelming. When she saw Mira's eyes in the video, something clicked. It looks like she's been through the worst and still chose to love, Janice wrote. It's how I feel too. After 2 interviews and a home visit, Janice and her husband drove 14 hours to Los Angeles. They arrived at the rescue center. Mira ran to them like she'd known them all her life. No hesitation, no fear, just joy. Janice knelt down, tears in her eyes. For hours, she whispered.